You might wonder why you are here. Will you ask question? Why are you here? You are here because I want you to have a brainstorm this afternoon. First of all, this is showing our discussion on reflective critical reflection. So, before going to our discussion, we'll have first our level of expectation or what to expect in my session. Sige, sige ma'am. Reflection is what?
Sa mga learning.
Word. Okay. Sige, what
Sa
else?
learners.
Yeah.
Sa learners.
Learners. Yes. Si Sir Ariel kay not feeling well. What do you expect from us? Or from our activity today? Personality. Sige. Yes, that's one. Personality, our learners, our work. So let's have an activity. I'll give you this one. To answer this based on what can you share and based from our readings. Yung our readings, di ba? So based from our readings, you answer your strength and weaknesses. Under students' eyes, under collective perception, your personal experience, and your basis or the theory. So since you are a teacher, you can now give your strength and your weaknesses. I'll give you mga 5 minutes. Sige. Then after that, we will have our sharing. So don't be hesitate to share because one way of showing our reflection is we can share freely or open to our companions or our colleagues, to me and to others. You can just bullet your sharing. This it's all the items you can have in sharing. Your student's eyes, your colleague's perception, your personal experience, and your legal basis for the theory, the basis for your answers.
So, kanin subject na diyan? Sa talang subject?
Yeah, any.
Any part?
Yeah. As long as that's your experience and that's the reality. can you have now our sharing? What do you feel about what do you feel about our activity today? The activity that we have, the 4 lenses. Sige, what's in your mind? Or how do you feel the activity? What's in your mind? As a teacher, right?
Yes, as a teacher, and how does the people perceive our teaching strategies,
Yeah.
and how do we,
Work with your colleagues,
yes,
to your peers, and to your students. Sige. So that's one. That's one of your idea of what's in your mind about the activity. And then, how do you feel?
me,
Yeah.
it is helpful, ma'am, so
Yeah.
that we can assist kay kung if personal lang nimo, you can hide the bad things.
Yes.
And
The
some,
strength and the weaknesses.
yes po. Sometimes you are kanang dili ka aware of the things that
You
you,
need to improve.
yes po.
Okay. Sister Arnen. What can you say about your strength and your weaknesses? In the eyes of the colleagues? Sige. Your strength.
I teach calm lang. Pressure.
Walang pressure. Very good teacher, walang pressure.
Kaya maka-distract yung gusto.
That's your strength. What about your weaknesses?
Sa weaknesses mo, tungkol sa katong strength na ako, side effect.
Yeah. Ang result. The result. So, you have to overcome also your weaknesses. So, marag too much na si strength. Okay, very
Too
good.
much confident.
Too much confident. Too much confident daw si teacher. That's a reality, di ba? Di ba? Si Ma'am Badet.
Ako po, Doc, kaya ang strength na ako is when it comes to management. Siguro sa edad, medyo strict na dili kayo ko pareha sa mga new generation ng teachers. Kasi ang nasundan na ako,
Adjustable ka na sa
Yes.
cost of your age.
yes po, medyo,
That's your strength.
yes po, ang problema lang sa business kaya sa dili kayo ko ka kanin sa mga work more on ICT ko work karon sa new
But you must have because that's already now our generation.
lagi doc pero hindi
Yeah, yeah.
Dugay
What about your weaknesses?
yun na
Yun,
yun.
computer.
Oo, kasi mahina ako yung representation about ng mga ana-ana, mga PowerPoint, medyo, tapos yun sa tudlo sa kumanak sa kumagugay, magkasudo sila.
Hinahinay.
Hinay-hinay doon.
Hinahinay.
Oh, pero ang akong sa classroom, it's more on old kuan, kanang dati. Although nag-adapt ko sa bagong kuan tungod sa mga bata.
Bagong strategy.
Oo. Pero kay usay dili man gud nila dili mo ra angkop sa ilahang generation ang katong ato ang
Yes.
style.
That's why you have to adapt the new one.
Yes po.
Okay. Okay. What about si Ma'am Ma'am Yvonne?
Siguro my strength is marinig ako because I am a mother. So
I can feel you. Kung sa anak ba, I can feel you.
I can understand my learners,
Yeah.
where they're coming from, and I'm motherly, my motherly approach. Maybe that's my strength, and maybe that's why all my learners are dili lang kaibigan sila sa mas closer sila sa ako, and they treat me like a mother.
Very good. So, nice experiences si Barb.
Ako po na teaching is my passion. And I love children, and especially nag-assign ko sa role.
Kinder.
Oh,
You're not in kinder, no?
But I really love it na sila akong kaubang everyday. Enjoy na ako na ang teaching para sa kao is not a work.
Yeah.
But it's a ministry and it's loving them.
Yes.
Doon ako witness, para lang pag-manage lang dyan sa mga time, right? Na I wonder na lang.
Time management. Wala yung weakness.
Wala akong
So, na-overcome na. So, at least from your weaknesses, and you were able to overcome your weaknesses by improving your idugangan yung mga strength, kumbaga, then so that your weaknesses will be improved. So, bumaliktad. Mabalik na rin natin, no? So what's in your mind when we talk about critical reflection? Critical reflection.
Reflecting
Kasi what you're
oneself.
doing now is you're reflecting, di ba?
Reflecting oneself.
Reflecting oneself. What else?
In-depth siguro nga pagka...
In-depth of knowing. Yes.
Detailed.
Detail. Oo, yes.
Reflection ng katong mga class learners, ma'am, kung sanay naabot nila.
Okay. What happened to my learners?
At
Ano
saka,
kaya ang performance?
okay.
Ano kaya ang mangyayari sa mga bata ko?
So, first time na ako
Of
nag-ulit ng
the-
intern.
Ano sa imuhang teaching
Towards your learner?
Sunod, ano yung naiinod na pag-
Yeah, reality. Oo, di ba? Reality din siya.
Strengths
And then, if you're not doing that, what will you do? I'm not doing this. This is the right one, but I'm not doing this. How can I do this?
More result and
Respect.
effect.
Through our weakness, di ba, yung Sir Arnold, through our weaknesses, by
Yeah.
acknowledging our weaknesses.
Yes.
Dito tayo makahugot.
Yun ang kulang mo. So start from where you need really to be stressed or to stress the right one, and to do the right one. So that's what are we talking of critical
Pero ang
reflection.
strength na to, nurture na lang natin.
Yes, yes. So this time, I'll share you a presentation on critical reflection. What is critical reflection? So you just listen very well so that afterwards we will be having our sharing also after my discussion. So when we talk of critical reflection, is vital in professional practice for the following reasons. First, providing a space for deep thinking. So, kanina nag-isip kayo ng malalim. Meaning, taking the time to analyze situations or what happened and why. Ba't ganun ang nangyari sa result ko? Anong kulang? You think deeply. Then, can prevent mistakes occurring in the future and can help you build your confidence as you feel more secure in your ideas about your practice. So what have you been doing? So mag-isip ka, ano bang kulang ko, ba't nangyari yun, gano'n. That is under providing a space for deep thinking, pag-isipan ng mabuti. Then the next one is evaluating and developing practice. Being a professional involves the need for you to review your practice in an ongoing way in order to keep your knowledge up to date and to continue to develop your professional skills. Sabi ni Ma'am kanina, hanggang ngayon hindi pa siya literate ng computer. Anong sabi ni critical reflection? Evaluate and develop practice. Do not stop. Do not stop. Professional practice is constantly changing and never stopping. So, thankfully, this means it is never boring. Ay, kapoy na po si computer na po. Kapoy kaayo na. So, no, it's not boring, but you have to practice. Diba? Constant practice. Another one is preventing stagnation. As you gain experience, it's important to ensure that your practice does not stagnate, but remains vibrant and focused on the needs of the client. Kailangan mo ng mga bata mo talaga yan. Kailangan mo sa trabaho, di ba? So you need to. Okay. In a relatively short space of time, it is easy to get stuck in a knot. Meaning, kaganing kulong ra ka diha. Diha ra jud taman. Wala di ka pwede magawas diha. It's not, no. Doing things in a particular way because you have always done them that way. So kasi nasanay ka na dyan ka na lang. What about going outside that knot? Sabi mo kanina, ay ma'am, yun ang nakaugalian ko. Kinaraan, di ba? Yun. That's the old way. You go out.
Going out of comfort zone.
Yeah, going out of comfort zone. Then, striving for excellence. The purpose of that is to strive for excellence. It is essential that all practices are competent and can carry out their role in an effective way. Yeah. However, the word competent could imply that the professional practitioner is only good enough. So, meaning, kung competent ka, it doesn't mean na, ano ka lang, dyan ka lang, or magaling ka talaga. So, good enough ka na talaga, the word competent. Many in professional practice wish to strive for excellence, and relative practice offers one key way in which this can be achieved. You strive so that you can reach your goal. You want to be excellent, you want to be competent. So hindi lang kay doon ka lang pwede, doon ka lang mag-practice. No, you go beyond para you will excel. Ba? That is striving for excellence. Hindi lang computer ang gusto mo, kailangan another, a higher pa dyan. Pwede ka maging sa mga presentation. Magaling ka na magawin pag-hawak ng computer. Sa presentation, magtuturo ka, gamitin mo ng laptop, computer, di ba? That's the best way. Then making practice creative. Yan. So creativity is one important aspect of excellence, and practicing reflectively means that new ideas can be generated. So meaning, you have also to be creative. Do not stick to what is in the book. Do not stick what I have research, but you can have your own. Especially you're dealing with learners, diverse learners. You can add more. Diba? Indigenize, contextualize, localize. Ganon. Then reflection stimulates creative thoughts, processes by taking a questioning approach. And this encourages you to think outside the box in order to be innovative. O yan. Pwede kang lumabas sa anong lang nalalaman mo. You can have more aside from what you have learned. Or ano lang ang nalalaman mo. So you can have outside. You must be creative. Then self-awareness. Ito. Self-awareness is vital part of a reflective process. Is that you can gain a clear understanding of the attitudes and values you bring to your practice. Sabi ni Ma'am kanina, hindi ko alam na may kulang pala ako. Kasi yung iba nagsabi may kulang ako, hindi ko yan alam. Diba? So dapat aware ka, self-awareness. And then, as human beings, we are not blank sheets. We all have experiences, positive and negative, of life that we take with us to work. Diba? Di ba template na pakante, pagabot? Diba? So pinapan lang siya, no? Naagod tayo positive and negative, di ba perfect? Kaya tingnan natin, positive tanong mo kay negative. Di ka tao. Diba? Diba? Being aware of our attitudes and values means either that we are better able to stand back from our own views in order to put the needs of clients first, or we are more aware of issues or personal involvement and the need to refer a client on to someone who is better placed to support them. Yes. This level of self-awareness means being prepared to engage with our feelings and emotions. Ayan. Hindi ka sabihin natin na, perfect na talaga ako, hindi ako pwede pa-correct. O, diba? Magalit ka dahil kinorek ka. Hindi ka aware na mali mo pala yun. Sinabihan ka, and then ayaw mo mag-improve. Hindi ka reflective, thinker, diba? So you reflect on what others are saying, your superior are saying, so that you will know, ma'am, na to, balitin yung libuhan, diba? So at least, constructive criticism. Yeah, be positive. Kahit na sa feeling mo negative yun, ayaw mo, pero as professional, as worker, you need to ourselves na, I need to improve. Siguro tama si ma'am, tama si sir, tama yung kasama ko. So, hindi lang isa lang sabi sa akin. Marami na sila. I think kailangan ako diba? That's one. Okay. So, being slow to make assumptions. Yan. Each day, the human brain has to process millions of messages in order to function. Diba talang message mag-grasp natin, diba? Sometimes, ano yung sinabi mo, ma'am? Diba sometimes we say that? Ma'am, I'm full, ma'am. I forgot what you're saying, ma'am. So, diba, every day, full tayo ng message, text messages, kausap. Kahit sino kausap, kahit sa bahay, kahit sa school kausap, diba? Thankfully, this means we do not have to think through every minor deal of our lives every day. Yung mga gamay-gamay, kaya ano yan? Diba? The effect of this is that we all make assumptions about things and people on a regular basis. In addition, irrespective of where we live, we are all part of societies and cultures where certain things and particular people are valued more than others. Di ba? Do not deal with ginagmay. Sometimes we say, Kaya ginutod din mo ang gagmay na story, ya? Di ba sometimes we say that? Dito ta sa kanang dagko nga at least maka-help. Kanang gagmay nga murag isa ra nag story nimo or nahilunggan ra nimo. Dili. Di ba? So, yun. Do not assume na yung narinig mo is yung natataan sa iyo. Those are just words na murag maka-ano sa iyo sarili, maka-stress, maka-dili, maka-confide. Yan. Di ba? Maka-relate siya. Kaya yung nag-relate. Yan. Reflective practice helps us to question our assumptions and prevent us from accepting things at face value. Oh, tama?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, tinuod na siya. It encourages a deeper examination of issues, which is vital when seeking to promote equality and social justice for clients. Deeper examinations of issues. So before we talk, before we say, before we judge, we have to think deeper. Ay, ang atong desisyon tayo, atong story tayo, makaano na sa kanan, hindi na siya mabawi. Once you say it, sundan na rin mo, you hurt somebody, hindi na mabawi.
We filter lang. We filter.
Yeah, filter. Yan. Sana ganun. Diba? Sana kung ganun. Diba? Okay. So, providing an aid for supervision. Ayan. So, during the reflective process, it is inevitable that at times, you will become aware of issues that needs to be discussed in the confidential and supportive environment of supervision. So, kailangan din natin yan kasi providing aid for supervision. Kaya, kasi may ano na, may nangyari na, at saka may kailangan tayo ng supervision. This could include things that surprise and challenge you. I didn't realize, I thought like that, and things that remind you of previous negative experiences in your own life that reminds me of. Diba? May mong kang ay, mali ito yung ginawa ko. Ay, sorry, nagawa ko yun. It reminded me. Hindi ko na gawin ulit. Diba? So, kailangan ka i-supervise ng sarili mo. I-remind ka ng sarili mo, diba? Then, yes, may reflection talaga. Providing a means for constructing professional knowledge. Ayan. Students often marvel at the knowledge of experienced practitioner when they observe when whilst on work placement. This practitioner often cannot explain how they know things and demonstrate scans. Yung ating author, 1983-1949. Tacit Knowing in Action. That's the book. This professional knowledge includes a high level of self-knowledge and can be constructed through the process of Okay, so that is providing means of constructing professional knowledge. Kailangan tayo ng we must know how to consult from the professionals or mayroon tayong mga pinanggalingan ng ating mga pag-think critically or references natin ng ating pag-reform or pag-renew ng ating critical reflection. So, kailangan may libasyan tayo or not professional. If we don't have somebody, we must have book or any references that can help us. No? Okay. So, these are the theoretical foundation of critical reflection. Analytical philosophy. As a human being, we have the capacity to be logical, to distance ourselves from the way things are usually done, and to exert some conscious control over our thoughts and actions. And this often described as reasoning, seeing the different sides of an argument and reaching some conclusions. Yan, likay. If we think it's bad, go away. Diba? Sometimes we have to reflect. Kailangan ba siya patulan? Kailangan ba ako siya ano? So I think we need to reflect on that before we do things or decisions. Diba? Then, natural science. This is our capacity to look at the phenomenon and to try to explain. Yan. So, natural science yan talaga. Explain. Critical theory, power dynamics are present in all situations, and critical theory helps us to understand how these manifest themselves. So, critical theory. So we have the basis. What are these theory that we need to read and to as reference in our reflection? Another one is it helps us to recognize hegemony. This is when we are deceived, even manipulated, into accepting the dominant ideology as being in everyone's best interest, even when this serves to work against certain groups of people, usually those without power and therefore on the margins of society. Yes, that's true. Then pragmatism involves having a strong need to be open to constant experimentation, to explore new and better ways of doing things. And this results in discovery and change. Ayan. So, if you think that's necessary, why change? Why follow this? Why use this? Diba? That's pragmatism. Then, what are the benefits of investigating time and reflection? So, these are many benefits from investigating time and reflection. There are many more benefits in time and reflection which will become evident as this book progress. Yung book na binasa ko kanina. And it is always worth noting that any time spent in reflection is time invested, not wasted. Mas okay talaga ang mag-reflect. Because it's not wasted, but it is a time that is really invested. Kasi you invest on things that if you think is critical. You need to think before you make decisions, before you talk, diba? That is the benefits. Okay. So the feedback on strategies as reflective practice, through the emphasis it has been a critical reflection is a choice and that professionals need to make to reflect in order to reap the many benefits from it. Diba? So if you know how to think critically, you have the benefits or you have to reap many benefits from it. Kaysa you will not think critically and decision abruptly, you talk diretso without thinking critically, you not think about it that good, what will happen to you? Nagawin ka kaaway. Nagawin ka dapat. Yeah, that's it. You're right now. So, upon having those discussions, ako nilipasa ang bola. Ako nilipasa ang bola mo, ma'am. Sige, okay ng first ball, ma'am. Open ang first question na ipasa din kang ano. So that I will know that I know you are really listening and you are very interactive. So from that, ma'am. From that, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. From our discussion, I want to know yan, ma'am. Okay, open na. Sige, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Okay, what are the benefits of the critical reflection?
Sige.
So, ang pwede
Yeah. You can explain it as you want.
Okay, so the benefits of this is when you think, when you reflect, laban na kung mag-decide ka, laban na dili sa kaulig na ko, kung nakay may istorya ng pani. Once nga masulti na nimo ang pani niya, what mo din na muna, waka na mo naglawo.
Yes.
Wala na damage is done, wala na. Na, nasakitan na ninyo ang sa ka-solid na sa dito. Careful, importante din critical reflection bago ipagawas ang tanang kasi tawag na nila. Although nasa punaw na nga tama ka pero huwag man takabalugod sa ilang anak ko at
Thank you. Very good. Sige, Ma'am Barb.
So what are the reasons for critical reflection? The reason for critical reflection is for us to evaluate ourselves and evaluate the situation, to balance it, and para maiwasan nato ang mga consequences
Yes,
sa mga
exactly.
action. And then para for us also to grow as a teacher, as a
That's the
person.
right term. You grow professionally. Thank you, Barb. Very good. Sige.
Sa akin, ma'am, what is critical reflection? For me, critical reflection will really help our self-awareness, not just our awareness, but the result of what we've done to our students,
Yes.
our colleagues, and other things.
Yes.
Making decisions. So, So that if we are going to reflect, go deeper, kung sa jud yung mga mali, and listen to others, aside of listening others, see the other students, kung naabadyoy kay unod ang imuhang gibuhat.
Balik ka na itong estudyante ni mo. Wala ka ba estudyante ng gibagsa? Wala ka ba estudyante ng sakitan sa imong grado?
So far,
Oh. So, you're really a good teacher kasi kung ang teacher kasi na kalaban sa estudyante. Di ba? So, really, teacher na ibagsak. Kung ibagsak mo ang bata, something is wrong with you. Kasi bakit siya nabagsak? Anong ginawa mo? Have you done something?
balik dito sa iyo.
Di ba? Very good. Di ba?
Balik sa iyo.
Sige, very good, darling. So, good answer. Very good. Si Sir Arnel Dalve. What's your question? Your question, Nel. What's your question? That is the view. Yung mga theories kanina, sinabi kanina. Yung mga theories kanina. Di ba? So, pragmatism. Di ba si
Tatong sa science.
Tatong sa
Yes.
science.
Yeah. So, yung mga sciences,
Natural science.
sa philosopher na si ano, ano si Arnel. Ito siya. Ito siya, si Gisato. Si Con, sa
Sabi ka sa
Okay, this one. Natural science. Yan. So these are the theories na we use in our critical reflection. So try to research on this, and then especially the ano that I provide you, that can really help you. You can reflect yourself. Yeah. The whole story that I gave you. You can reflect as a teacher, and then there are theories that are the basis, legal basis, where to follow, to read those theories, because those can help us. No, not only as teacher in our classroom, but also with our peers, with our superiors or others that are katubang nato every day, the parents. Yeah? So that can help. So then one is pragmatism, and the critical theory that we usually use.
Natural science.
Yeah, natural science. You ganing,
Balik critical theory.
yes.
Anong pragmatism?
Pragmatism is common. Pragmatism kasi is constant experimentation.
Having a strong need to be open.
O galing
Yes.
Do not limit yourself.
Yeah, hegemony din. So these theories are very useful in our critical reflection. No, ako paisip din ako na may theory pala na para sa critical reflection. Akala ko ano lang, tayo lang, so if you read that one, maisip mo sa sarili mo, ay, yun pala. So bakit ko ginawa ito? Dahil sanabi ni Churi, sanabi ni Churi, ganon. So makilala mo sa sarili mo, ano pala ang kulang
My
ko.
basis.
Totoo pala talaga sa ability ni pragmatism. Yun pala ang kulang ko.
Ma-relate ba sa
Yes, makarelate, di ba? Makarelate ka, di ba? Because that's what we are doing. So, if we are done with the cabbage, so I'll share to you a video, a short video, and reflect on this video. This is related to our topic on critical reflection.
Design thinking is a 5-step process to come up with meaningful ideas that solve real problems for a particular group of. The process is taught in top design and business schools around the world. It has brought many businesses lots of happy customers and helped entrepreneurs. Design thinking is a 5-step process to come up with meaningful ideas that solve real problems for a particular group of people. The process is taught in top design and business schools around the world. It has brought many businesses lots of happy customers and helped entrepreneurs from all around the world to solve problems with innovative new solutions. Step 1. Empathize. The purpose of step 1 is to conduct interviews that give you an idea about what people really care about. We need to empathize with their situation. For example, if you want to help old people, you might find that they want to keep the ability to walk around. In your conversations, they might share with you different ways they can do that. Later into the interview, you'll want to dig a little deeper. Look for personal stories or situations where things became difficult. Ideally, you redo the process with many people with the same problem. Step 2. Define the problem. Looking at the interviews, you can now understand the actual needs that people are trying to fulfill with certain activities. One way to do that is to underline the verbs or activities that the people mentioned when talking about their problems, like going for a walk, meeting old friends for tea, or simply going grocery shopping around the corner store. You might realize it's not so much about going out, but more about staying in touch. After your analysis, formulate a problem statement. Some elderly are afraid to be lonely. They want to stay connected. Step 3. Ideate. Now focus only on the problem statement and come up with ideas that solve the problem. The point is not to get a perfect idea, but rather to come up with many ideas, like unique virtual reality experiences, senior-friendly hoverboards, or a modified pushcart. Whatever it is, sketch up your best ideas and show them to the people you are trying to help, so you can get their feedback. Step 4. Prototype. Now take a moment to reflect on what you have learned from your conversations about the different ideas. Ask yourself, how does your idea fit in the context of people's actual lives? Your solution could be a combination of a new idea and what is already being used. Then connect the dots, sketch up your final solution, and go build a real prototype that's just good enough to be tested. Step 5. Test. Now test your prototype with actual users. Don't defend your idea in case people don't like it. The point is to learn what works and what didn't. So any feedback is great. Then go back to ideation or prototyping and apply your learning. Repeat the process until you have a prototype that works and solves the real problem. Now you are ready to change the world or open shop. To experience design thinking firsthand, do the free virtual design thinking crash course from Stanford's D-School right now. You will learn to design a new gift-giving experience. Find the link and a guide for facilitators in the description below. After you are done, share your experience and gift idea in the comments. To learn more about creative and critical thinking, check out our other Sprouts videos. And if you want to support our channel, visit patreon.com/Sprouts.
Okay. Ang sinabi doon ni critical thinking. Nice. Critical thinking design. How do we design our critical thinking? Meron palang design. So di pa, lima? Ano muna daw? Ano sabi niya muna? The first design? Empathize. So may empathize, paano? Di ba, magtanong tayo, kasi problema, di ba? Why? Yeah, we empathize. Di ba, we always ask about that. Oh, bakit ka umiyak? Ano nangyari? Di ba? Or sa kasama natin. Di ba? That's empathizing. So that's one of the steps in critical thinking or critical reflection. What's the next?
Define the problem.
Yeah, you define. After asking, you define. Bakit ganun problema niya? Ano nangyari? Bakit ganun ang problema niya? Kung personal siguro, hindi naman makialam. Kung sa school siguro, tulungan natin. Diba? Depende. Diba sinabi doon, you must define the problem. After defining the problem, the next is?
Ideate.
Ideate. So, this is the first time you meet the word ideate. And the word idea. Paano ka mag-ideate? Collect. Kaya the term is ideate because you have to collect. Diba? Many ideas. So the term many is ideate. Diba? Collecting of ideas. Huwag mong suluhin. Diba? So collect ideas. Baka mayroon bang maganda. Diba? You collect from those ideas. And after collecting,
Prototype.
sa prototype, ano gawin natin?
Connect.
Yeah. So connect natin, na-align doon sa kanyang mga what. What, di ba? We empathize, what are the problems sa ano ni bata, ni kasama ba kung sino yan, then we now connect. Based on American Matana, we are used to that. Maputi ay. Maputi ay. Diba? That is prototype. Diba? Now I know. So from here, this one, okay. This is not the solution. That's the last. What's the last?
Yes.
At test natin kung talaga totoo talaga yun. Yun ba talaga ang dapat? I-assess natin kung dapat ba. Di ba? That is how we do the critical reflection. May process pala siya. Hindi lang siya isa. So you must know everything para at the end, we can conclude. We know already how to solve the problem. Di ba? Hindi natin alam. Di ba? That's how we think critically. No? So, nag-guess ba natin ang ating pinag-usapan ngayon? What we are talking now? No? So, I have here a paper. Ito na connect now, yours. No? So, in our paper, you write here the before and the after. And then you write here your perception about critical reflection. And now, you understand what's critical reflection now. So, you write there, I thought that, now I realize that. Ayun. So, sige daw, ano natin? Kung talagang may nag-guess ba tayo, and then pinagdalahin ko sa ano ko ha, matututo lang kayo nagsagot. That's from your heart. Sige daw. Hindi lang ako, hindi na patay bugin.
Yan ang mga
Ay, wala.
So now you know already what's critical reflection. You can apply also that one in your own setting, in your own classroom. No? You thought that critical reflection is just like this and like that, and now you realize, based on our discussion, its critical reflection is, you can write those steps that we have discussed. Then you can share your learning, what have you learned, kahit kaunti lang ma-learn natin, with the span of time. And then, since you already know what to do this, or how do we do this, so what will you do next? You can apply as your reflection. See. Okay. Ano ang pangibon? Grabe sa vlog ba? I hope na you have learned in critical reflection. That's very important for all of us. Yeah, the four lenses. We are tested on that. Yeah, that's four lenses, and we are also tested on that and napupushensya din sometimes. Yeah, so you also as one of your when you have your own, in your class, or in your session, you can do that. Yeah. So check yourself, where I am. Diba? So di kayo nung natakang, nindot kong ibuha ko sure ka, what about the perceptions of our learners? The perception of our co-workers? Okay. So do you have questions? So I think if you have time, you can download this critical thinking design, and you can have each of the design, make your own graphic organizer, then check yourselves, where are you, or your co-workers. Pwede mo mga kinder, grade 1, grade 1. Kung mag-lab session mo, you can use that one. That's very, very nice. You can use that in your lab session. You can use that before you start your lab session. That's one way of checking who am I in terms of dealing with my learners. Who am I for you as my co-worker? Who am I for you as my superior? Then, sa empathize, pwede ka magawa ng ano ang gusto mong gawin doon. then sa yung idea, pwede kayo magagawa ng idea. So, collecting views from others, ideas, and then gawin niyo yung the whole steps. So, effective ba sa party picture? Yun. It's very nice. Ako, I check, in our group, we also did that, and we realized that ito pala gawin si critical reflection, hindi basta-basta. Diba? Kagaya, diretso. No? We do that the process. Ule preno.
This is your line.
Diba? So this time we already have the idea how critical reflection be done, and it's not easy, and we have steps. Okay? So you can do that in your own classroom, in your own grade level, in your kindergarten, grade 1 or grade 3. Diba? So that can help, no? So can I have your say picture of collage.
Yan, mga akin.
Is this a teacher? Yes. Teacher na doctor. Teacher, grade 1 teacher, different guys of teacher.
Pinakatay na lang kami ng mga gulang, pinakatay na.
And then kasi kailangan we need to submit our so we have to include this.
Dapat pinakatay, kaya pinakatay na kami.
It's okay. So no, do you have any question? So with that, thank you very much for your time and for sharing your thoughts, your ideas, because this is part of our PNU journey, and you are involved in our PNU journey. Your names will be included in my journey, and sana ganoon din kayo
Thank you for the share.
sa mga journey ninyo, diba?
Ma'am.
So thank you very much, and share this also to your co-teachers. Thank you, and for you to share this to them so that they will also have the same experience. Thank you, and good afternoon.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.